Job chapter 33 in the King James Version. Wherefore, Job, I pray thee, hear my speeches and hearken to all my words. Behold, now I have opened my mouth. My tongue hath spoken in my mouth. My words shall be of my tongue hath spoken in my mouth. My words shall be of the uprightness of my heart, and my lips shall utter knowledge clearly. The Spirit of God hath made me, and the breath of the Almighty hath given me life. If thou canst answer me, set thy words in order before me. Stand up. Behold, I am according to thy wish, and God stayed. Steed, I also am formed out of the clay. Behold, my terror shall not make thee afraid, neither shall my hand be heavy upon thee. Surely thou hast spoken in mine hearing, and I have heard the voice of thy word, saying, I am clean without transgression. I am innocent, neither is there iniquity in me. Behold, he findeth occasions against me. He counteth me for his enemy. He putteth my feet in the stocks. He marketh all my paths. Behold, in this thou art not just. I will answer thee that God is greater than man. Why dost thou strive against him? For he giveth not account of any of his matters. For God speaketh once, yea, twice, yet man perceiveth it not. In a dream and a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, the slumberings upon the bed, then he openeth the ears of men and sealeth their instruction, that he may withdraw man from his purpose and hide pride from man. He keepeth back his soul from the pit, and his life from perishing by the sword. He is chastened also with pain upon his bed, and the multitude of his bones with strong pain, so that his life abhorreth bread, and his soul dainty meat. His flesh is consumed away, that it cannot be seen, and his bones that were not seen stick out. Yea, his soul draweth near unto the grave, and his life to destroyers. If there be a messenger with him, an interpreter, one among 1,000, to shew unto man his uprightness, then he is gracious unto him, and saith, Deliver him from going down to the pit. I have found a ransom. His flesh shall be fresher than a child's. He shall return to the days of his youth. He shall pray unto God, and he will be favorable unto him, and he shall see his face with joy. For he will render unto man his righteousness. He looketh upon men, and if any say, I have sinned and perverted that which was right, and it profited me not, he will deliver his soul from going into the pit, and his life shall see the light. Lo, all these things worketh God oftentimes with man, to bring back his soul from the pit, to be enlightened with the light of the living. Mark well, O Job, hearken unto me, hold thy peace, and I will speak. If thou hast anything to say, answer me. Speak, for I desire to justify thee. If not, hearken unto me, hold thy peace, and I shall teach thee wisdom. Wow, he's going in. He is going in on Job. Listen to this in verse 8. Surely thou hast spoken in mine hearing, and I have heard the voice of thy word, saying, I am clean without transgression. I am innocent, neither is there iniquity in me. And so he's saying that there's no issue with him, right? There's no issue with him. And then he goes on to say, because this is where he's telling Job that there's a problem within his own feelings. Okay, there's a problem within his own way of thinking, and this is where he's leading to. So he continues, behold, so he's talking about, now Job is talking about the Lord. Behold, he findeth occasion against me. He counteth me for his enemy. He putteth my feet in the stocks. He marketh all my paths. Behold, in this thou art not just. I will answer thee that God is greater than man. So he, in turn, because of these issues that have happened to him, he's now saying that God has deemed me, Job, as the enemy. And he's saying with that, that is where you're not correct. Okay? And saying that because of these things have happened, that it's because now you've been deemed the enemy by God. Again, here's Job wanting to know, and when I read this, I see this now as a description as to where Job kind of goes to a little bit, but goes to the left a little bit, but not in as much as not having the faith or making an accusation of this is how it is, period. He's saying that it's more like if this is the case, I want to go before the Lord and state my case. So, and he goes on to say, Elihu goes on to say, which he says, why dost thou strive against him? For he giveth not account of any of his matters. Because he's God. And then he goes on to say, for God speaketh once, yea, twice, yet man perceiveth not. Because we get wrapped into our own thoughts and feelings, and no longer are we listening. Sometimes we're not listening to rhyme or reason, bringing past to present. Does that sound familiar? You're going through issues, and people are trying to speak to you. And then sometimes you get through those issues, and then somebody tells you, that's what I've been trying to tell you this whole time. It's happened to me. Things have happened, and then I get through them, but then it's like, had you listened the first time, or had you listened, the answer was already there. The answer was already provided. Are we listening? Are we hearing our loved ones? Are we hearing the Lord speak to us? Or are we too wrapped in our thoughts and feelings? Because sometimes that happens. It says it's okay to mourn in the Bible. Absolutely. It is okay. It is okay to have those. But when we're when we're going to move forward, because we need to move forward, are we listening? Or are we too busy in depth with our own thoughts and feelings, not seeing any hope, not seeing a way out, or not understanding or not seeing that things can get better, even with something that just happened, even with the loss? Even with a loss, there is hope in the Lord. And one day we will be together, all together in his glory. So we forget that because it's difficult in our mortal self, right? In our mortal vitality. And it's difficult to see the everlasting. We all have a task to do. And we are here for that task. And by believing in him, we are accepting a role in his kingdom. And we continue to move forward and be reflections of him and live in the Spirit, live with the fruits of the Spirit. We are moving forward, and we are representatives, and we are part of his kingdom. And it's an everlasting kingdom. Before we go on, though, what kind of thoughts or feelings come to your mind when we read over this? How does it make you feel? What does it make you think?